Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to this episode of Shagalinku on ARO TV. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and we have a whole lot lined up. And thank you so much for your feedbacks. Last week's episode was wonderful. We got a lot of feedbacks from our viewers. We also got a lot of calls during the Sunday Splash program last week Sunday. So thank you all for joining. And if you've not added us on your Facebook, please add us on all social media. It's at Shagalinku, and you see our logo there, and add us. Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedbacks that we got. Anyway, we'll take this quick break. When we come back, I have a guest that will run the program with me today, but I won't let you know the guest until we come back from this short music break, and then I will unveil my guest, and then we'll do the program together. Once again, welcome to this episode of Shagalinku on ARO TV Kano. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. We have a whole lot lined up, but first of all, I'd like to welcome my guest to the studio, Queen Ziva.
I don't know what's with you and the queen, but it's fine.
What
Hi,
are you
everyone.
feeling like? Why are you
Please, I'm
forming
not
and
here for you.
clapping?
Hello, everyone. Annyeonghaseyo. Konnichiwa. Thank
You won't
so
speak
much.
French?
Please, let's just don't do that.
Okay, so for the next 1 hour, Queen Ziba will be running the program with me as my co-presenter today. But first of all, Queen, let's there's this thing about financial mistakes people should avoid this year. Actually, Noble B was supposed to do it for us, but he couldn't come today. And then I stumbled on these 5 points from Punch. And one of them says treating inflation as a temporary problem. A lot of times people plan for money, but they don't realize that a government policy could just wake up that will change the narrative. For instance, when that money issue came that you used Naira to buy Naira.
It was a crazy one.
Yeah, so if somebody sends you 10,000, the thing is that when you go to POS to collect it, you might be getting like 8,000 Naira or 7,000 Naira.
It was really hectic that period. It was not funny at all, especially for students. Oh, no. It wasn't funny. But here's the thing, yeah. Personally, I'm not the type to save money. Just spend your money. It will always come back. But then you have to have a fail-safe, a policy that, okay, something you can always fall back to or fall back on, just in case your plan A, B, and C. Yeah. In Nigeria, we can't even have only 3 plans anymore.
Plan D,
we have till Z. So please, it's something we have to just check and balance everything here.
Okay, and then we're looking at neglecting emergency preparedness. So sometimes they always say this thing of saving for the rainy day.
Rainy days are now.
Every day is a rainy day.
So please don't say for rainy days, say for now, because every day is rainy day. How do they even say for rainy days again?
No, our forefathers' time now, it was raining. Now emergencies could just happen at any time, and especially for people who have medical issues like if you have asthma and the rest. Yes, so anything can happen at any time.
But I feel like these days saving comes with interest. So you should have I feel everyone should have 2-3 kind of personal saving, the immediate saving that you can just use your banks to keep, for example OPay and all of those things. You could save for very immediate and urgent situations. Then if it's something like you have plans for 6 months or 3 months, now you can look at locking up. If you're the type that is not disciplined, you can give your friend or someone that's you could hold accountable.
If you don't have disciplined friend, don't call. By the time you call, they'll tell you
with your money.
Bank network is not good.
Just give me in case you don't have anybody. I'm always there. Just contact me. All right, the numbers are on the screen. Put your money in my care, not his care.
Okay. So we'll look at the third one, and it's called investing blindly or emotionally. I've had enemies because I refused to invest in the former MMM thing. Sometimes I really don't. I'm wise when it comes to investing, or I'm I'm petty.
Careful.
Yeah, that's the word. I'm very
Careful.
careful when it comes to investing because I want to read, I want to research, I want to know how it has worked. But you see, a lot of Nigerians just quickly going into, oh, they pay 100%. Oh, when you drop 200K, you'll get 400K. I'm really not someone who's moved by all of that.
Emergency cashback and all of that. The thing is that when one is investing, me personally, I like investing in things I can see. For example, I might decide to invest in a thrift business, something that I know that, okay, you would sell it and my money I invested will come. If it's not thrift, probably someone else's business that you know that they have proof, they have documents. You know, one thing with investing is that we wouldn't want to invest with people that are close to us. Would rather invest because strangers, someone you cannot hold accountable at the end of the day. So me personally, if anyone is looking out to invest in, I would recommend you invest to someone you know, so that if kasala boss,
you know where to get the person.
Quickly hold on to the person.
That's true. Okay, so we'll go to the fourth one, and it says depending on a single source of income. I think she even mentioned something around that area when we started.
Not in this generation anymore. This is 2026. No. If you can sow, media, content, do everything, because you don't want to be found wanting. You just come and you're no. Like me now. I'm a painter. I'm a this. Everything I do.
You paint the studio for us.
Yes, I'm going to paint it.
Free of charge. Okay, so please don't depend on just one source of income. And having multiple incomes doesn't have to come that very... It's not a hard thing to do.
It doesn't even have to come within that same range. It just gives you, okay, a feeling that, okay, if plan A doesn't work, I know after 2-3 months, this other one will come out. So that's just the thing about multiple source of income.
So tying it up to this multiple source of income, what will you talk about people who do, is it Ajo or Asusu or something? Yes,
well, that
because
one
it helps.
Too, it really helps, especially if you are saving for a long-term goal. For example, maybe you want to buy something, a gadget,
or house rent.
That one now just locks your mind up that, okay, if you are earning, let's say 40,000, 20,000 is going into savings. You know that, okay, at the end of the day, although it might be very hard because the 40,000 you're supposed to eat at the end of the month, you're not eating it. But then again, it gives you this feeling that, okay, at the end of the day or at the end of
when it's your turn,
months,
you can pack something.
Pack and all. But the thing now is that after you have packed your own, it will not be like
the pepper body to give now.
Something that you did not eat. But at the end of the day, it's a really wise saving plan. Yeah.
Especially if you are in the Ajo or Susu that people like Yellow Papa are inside that they will not give you the money back. Or people like Victor Lee, when is their turn, they will say, my mama been causing emergency for me.
That's why me I rather pick late, because if I'm picking first and I'm still paying, I'm like, why do I need to pay? Let me just run away. So be like me, pack last, okay? It's for your own sanity.
Wow. So the last one we'll have for today and then continue the remaining ones next week is ignoring insurance and risk transfer. I know Nigerians will say no on this one because people have had bad experiences where they paid insurance and kept paying the premium or whatever. But when fire incident happens or something, many people have said that the insurance company will look for one fault.
And just say you
yes, they'll say you did have water, fire extinguisher.
Me personally, I don't believe in insurance because if you have a planned saving method, you could just, if there's an emergency, just bring it out and pay. If your car is faulty, you know that, okay, this savings is for particular. So me, I do not believe in insurance because this insurance company, they don't show you the blueprint or is it framework. They just come, oh, you have insurance for house, you have insurance. But they will not give you, just like you said, it is when something happens, they come and be like, okay, you did not pay for so much.
Or you didn't sign one thing here.
But you didn't tell me.
True.
You wanted to meet your own budget and ends. You didn't tell me. So I don't believe in that. So I don't know.
Thank you so much for that one. We talked about 2026 financial mistakes to avoid this year, and it was good doing that with Queen Ziba on the show. So please, this is 2026. avoid some of these mistakes and many more that you need to learn as we go on, so that 2026 will be better, richer, and brighter for all of us. We'll take this quick break now, and then when we come back, we'll go to our next segment on the show. Remember to like all our social media handles. It's Shagalinku on Instagram, on X, on Facebook, on YouTube, and all of that. Let's enjoy this music break. When we come back, we'll go to our next segment.
Alright people, welcome back to Shagalinku on ARTV, where we keep you informed and entertained. Alright, so on this next segment, we'll be looking at some of the things that happened in 2025. We all know that 2025 was a very exciting moment. So this is Favour from Abuja with some social media news that made headline in 2025. Over to you, Favour. How you doing?
Good evening, my beautiful viewers out there. We want to welcome you to today's show. My name is Favour Bassi. I'll be joining you from Abuja. And today's show, we're going to be talking about the best social media moments we had in 2025. But before we get into that, I want to wish you a happy new year again. We're hoping for the best in 2026, in the best in every of our fields, in our careers, in our businesses, in our educations, in everything we're doing. So I'm wishing you a happy new year. So without wasting much of our time, let's get into it. On our list for the best social media moments of 2025, before we get into it, some of these moments caused problems. Problems for some of us. Some of these moments brought a lot of global attention to the country as a whole, to Nigeria. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. So without further ado, let's get into it. Our number one of our list, that will be the Labubu craze. I don't understand. It was like New Year like this. We just got into the New Year and boom, we just started seeing some dolls online. These dolls were, frankly, I thought they were ugly. And apparently so did so many people. Because these dolls looked like, I don't even know how to describe them. And everybody was just going on about them. Labubu this, Labubu that, Labubu this. And the shocking part of it was the price of this thing. People were spending 260,000 and more to buy these dolls, these accessories. Some people just hang them on their handbags. Like girls will just put them on their handbags, or some will just attach it to their car keys. Some people just find a way to accessorize and just use it and just put it somewhere people will see it. And I'm like, but then it went on and on until it later faded. Some people went online, they were saying all sorts of things. Some people are actually of the opinion that some of these dolls were of a spiritual nature, but then that's their opinion. Anyways, that was all about the Labubu craze. So let's go to number two. Number two was my favorite. That was my favorite, one of my favorite social media moments. That was the Ildebaki's jollof rice. That's biggest global. That was to me, that was one of the best moments on social media and for Nigeria as a country, because this young lady has been making waves. She made the first attempt at cooking, I think the longest cooking marathon for an individual, and she won it. She broke the record. And then if I when I heard that she was going again, I was like, yeah, we're going to there's no way she's not going to get that. It hurts me, it pained me that I couldn't travel down to Lagos, because people traveled from all over to get down to Lagos to just eat that jollof rice. And I think she paired up with Gino, and then they cooked, I think it was 4,000 kilograms of rice. So it was all over the internet, so it was online. So I'm sure You saw the size because they measured the size of the pots they used. They gave the details of every single thing they used, the ingredients, the bags of rice, the gallons of vegetable oil. They used it. There were celebrities. Then they even did giveaway. People were winning millions. How did you not go? Because I know you did not go. How did you not go for this show? So that was one of my favorite moments of social media, because it was an amazing thing. It brought positive vibes to the country. It brought a lot of good publicity to Nigeria. Let me put it like that. As a social media person, it brought a lot of good publicity to Nigeria as a country when we're in the middle of some of the hardships we were going through in the country. But that was one of my favorite moments. Then going to number 3, my second favorite moment, the Achalugo and Odogu Parara. Nobody should call me by my name. My name is Favour, aka Achalugo. That moment, to think that it was a movie, one, and to think that the name of the movie was not even Achalugo. I'm sure a lot of people just felt that was the name of the movie. I'm sure some people did not even know it was from a movie. I was having a conversation with some of my friends. They thought it was a song. Yeah, I think some guy came up with, I can't remember. He said, I think it's Boy Spice and one other one. They made a song out of it. So it was not even the slang came out from a movie by, I think, Omoni Oboli. She is good. She's one of our veteran Nollywood actors that are making waves out there globally. Her movies are really amazing. She takes her time. She takes her precious time. The way she took her time and gave us Achalugo and Odogu Parana. So I think the name of the movie was, I think, Love in Every Word. So every couple, every single lady, even guys that are not even giving their Achalugo money, all of them were claiming Odogu. Achalugos that don't even look like Achalugos. I'm sorry, don't mind me. But that was one of the best. That was one of the most interesting. It was fun. It was nice. It was really fun to see even elderly couples who hopped on the trend and came online. People were doing the whole, your girl or your woman would just dress up really nice and they were spraying her money. The whole Achalugo and Odogo Parana thing. It was really nice. So now let's go to another segment. Okay, I didn't tell you. This best social media moments is divided into segments. Now we're hopping into the wedding segment. So, number 1, JP wedding. If that did not be on my number 1, I don't know, like, let's just leave it like that. The JP wedding. I mean, I don't understand how some men love. You see this love? This man married his love 7 times. 7 times. 7 times. Just to show her, yes, you're my right choice. You see that wedding? You see that marriage? Us, the online in-laws, we are praying every day. It will not happen. Nothing is touching. Nothing. They even have a beautiful boy now. This wedding, if you don't know what the JP wedding is, this wedding was between Priscilla Ojo, that's the daughter of our famous Iyabo Ojo. Everybody knows Iyabo Ojo in Nigeria, so globally safe. So this was Priscilla Ojo's wedding, and Juma Jux. Juma Jux is a Tanzanian musician. He's really good, and they did their wedding, I think, the whole of last year. They now concluded it with a very glamorous white wedding in Lagos, and then they still did another one in Tanzania. There's a lot of weddings. I lost track of pre-wedding photos, wedding photos, traditional wedding photos. There were so many outfits. We lost track. We're just enjoying the pictures, enjoying the trend. So that was one of the most amazing social media moments in the wedding section, because everybody was on about it. People expect, okay, so what's the next outfit? What's the next photo shoot? What's the next event? Is there going to be another, So it kept people on their toes, and it was really amazing. And then next on the wedding section, we now had our very own Chalma Davido. You know what? I think I was one of the people that were rooting for this couple since the launch of Assurance. Now, you remember? Give me assurance. Yeah, I don't know what lyrics, but then don't blame me. But since Assurance, I knew that nothing is shaking the ship. And then they sealed it off with a Miami wedding. Do you know what it is? Do you know Miami wedding? It was private flights, celebrities loaded, outfit loaded, international designers loaded. You needed to have been there. Some of us were there. Yes, we were there online.
Okay, thank you so much, Favour from Abuja. And yes, how come you attended Davido's wedding and we didn't see the pictures? Maybe I'll go back and scroll again, because all these online in-laws, especially those ones that follow Ziba every time on Facebook, I don't trust that. I did see you there, Favour, so don't lie about that. Anyway, still Shagalinku here, and my name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. I'm doing this show today, co-presenting with Queen Ziba. So we'll move on next to the next segment. We went to South Africa recently, Johannesburg in particular, and we had very educative and exciting moments in South Africa. And Johannesburg is a very beautiful and peaceful city. And our camera caught a few things there. And I'd like you to enjoy the moments, the culture, the food, and all of that. So enjoy this one as we went to Johannesburg, South Africa, and to give you a clip and all of that happened in Johannesburg. I didn't go with Queen Ziba. She had already traveled out to Kenya. So let me go alone and enjoy myself. So enjoy this, and we'll be right back. Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, so you can call me either Emmanuel or Ambassador, anyone. I'm a broadcaster, a radio and TV broadcaster, also a musician. I use song for human rights. Just launched my latest work titled Let There Be Light. It's also called Tala, but the translation is Let There Be Light, where we talk about violence in the community and all of that. Also, an upcoming actor,
just started something a couple of months back, and I work with African Focus for Youth Development in Kano, Nigeria. It's an organization that caters to the need of marginalized persons, and also trying to see how we can train young people in technology to also empower them to do. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like all is gone. Sometimes you feel like no one cares. Just be still. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like all is gone. Sometimes you feel like no one cares. You know what? Just to be still.
I hope you enjoyed that beautiful clip from South Africa. Even if we did not go, no wala.
You went to Kenya now. What's your own? You want to follow me to South
I was
Africa?
supposed to follow you. But anyways, right about now, we'll be having Obasabi with the sports section.
And talking of this sports thing, I hope he will talk about, is it Isime Abin and Nancy Isime Abin Osime, they call
no
him?
sport again.
Now. No, I just know that there's a Simel somewhere. So they were quarreling with Lukman, and people were saying it's jealousy. No, I want to be sure that that will be inside that gist, because the thing has been everywhere. If you tune the TV or radio, everybody is talking about this matter.
Well, I hope he's really going to say it. Obasabi, what's up?
Over to you.
Over to you.
Are you Osime or Isime?
Obasabi, over
my beloved people, now me, Victor Lee, over Sabi sport analyst. You know, guy they be for year. The full gist plenty for ground. And as it be like this, we go to tell now they go back to back every weekend. They gonna deal with us. Thank you. Nigeria then the raid now for this our AFCON now. The only team we don't score 4-0 presently now. And as Nigeria they be now, they give more chance of winning this AFCON compared to any other team. But what can happen for inside the football during the week now between Lukman, Ademola Lukman and Osimhen? They get bege, plenty bege. Lukman score, Osimhen score. Then Osimhen get 2 goals. They find 1 goal, make it harder so that he go get hat-trick. But Ademola Lukman no grievance. So Masala boss. I want to say presently now Victor Osimhen will be the second highest goal scorer after now be the second highest goal scorer for presently for Nigeria. So he go need like 2 goals or 3 goals. We go use top, becoming the number 1 first highest goal scorer. Now, we could just go back to Premier League. Premier League the hot now. Presently, Arsenal still stand as the number 1 team where they unbeaten now. They perform different things. Barca to get 7 points where they use pass everybody. But as it be now like this, transfer window don't set. Everything's don't they happen. People don't they buy player, but guess what happen? Nobody they buy now. Only Man City they will talk about transfer because La Liga Agama get their own issues where they talk about. But as they be now, during the course of the week, plenty things happen for inside football. Liverpool play with Fulham, they end on 2-2. Chelsea play with Man City, they end on 1-1. As they be now, plenty problem there for inside the matter because probably like this, Man City don't lose points to Arsenal. Let me say Arsenal now they more secure for their post pass. Then secondly, Chelsea don't sack their coach. Now the problem with they for ground now. They don't sack their coach because they feel say they don't to lose match. 7 matches, one winning, it no make sense for them. So presently, even with the sacking of Enzo Maresca, Chelsea still secure their draw with Man City. Man City, Manchester United too, them too they don't vest, they don't sack their own coach too. Manchester United sack Amorim say because Amorim they try, they give them the desired result they find. They don't push on come up for here. Football they hot now. Presently, everybody everywhere they catch fire. But presently, now AFCON be the really matter with the for ground because this AFCON they hot. They get one Manchester player with the hot. He play already for Cote d'Ivoire and the guy they perform miracle, different miracle. He they pass, he they score. What's in be name? Ahmed Diallo, they perform very great. I think they're one of their key players for Ivory Coast. Then we'll talk about West Ham and Nottingham Forest. West Ham they played their first match. They scored 2 goals. VRA cancel 1. Nottingham Forest score and they still had another goal for 89 minutes, securing them they are winning for that match. So as they be now, the transfer window and what it have for transfer window now we say no money today. Every players and everybody they equal now because presently now they don't to get any kind movement where they happen for them. Whenever I hear plenty talk about how the transfer window will look like. But presently now we just believe say something good will come out of the whole transfer window. Whether something will happen this January to how it will be, now only football will tell us how it will be.
Thank you so much, Ovasabi, with Victor Lee on that sports segment. Something I took home is the transfer window. I don't even know say sports, they get window. And very soon we'll have transfer roof where players will port from one place to another and some clubs will buy some players. That thing was happening in the bank that time. Or you see people who work in the Red Bank, they will now give them a bigger opportunity or bigger money or bigger thing. And they will go to the Eagle Bank. And then those who are in the Horse Bank will move to another, but it's not happening again. No money for country again. So everybody, they manage where they day. Okay, thank you so much. So we'll move on now to the youth segment. And we're looking at the holiday season. People complain that they weren't monies. You know, people were short of monies, no money this year, blah, blah, blah. But did you go to the motor parks and see how people were traveling? Some people went to the village, we call them villagers, and they didn't want to come back again. I'm not going to call Yellow Papa's name inside, but some people traveled and then they came back. So Ziba captured some moments of people who traveled and how they enjoyed their trips and all of that. So if you see anyone that has not returned now, I beg all the person, be like say you don't get transport to take come back. Nothing again. Christmas don't finish, New Year don't finish. Anybody where you don't see resume work, just know say you don't get money. Help your friend and send money to them. Anyway, let's go to Ziba. She talks to us on the holiday season and all of that. And we'll be back for one more segment, and then we'll close up and wrap up the show on Shagalinku.
Hello everyone, this is Ziba on the youth segment on Shagalinku. So today we'll be talking about the holiday season. The holidays are already over and people are going back to base. You know, we had fun during the holidays. We visited our loved ones, we visited our friends and family. And it has been a very memorable time. Most people didn't even want to come back, but then it's back to work. Everyone knows that. It was an exciting period. Like I said, we got to see our family, friends, and loved ones. The only thing that was stressful was the packing, planning, and all of that. I don't know for you, but for me, it was very, very stressful. The holiday was a beautiful one. We got to see people, we got to create memories, and it was amazing. One thing I would want you to do is that even though the holiday is officially over, let's try to take out time to rest and do those things we always love. Till I come your way next time, my name remains Ziba for Shagalinku. Bye. Not to waste any of your time, we'll be going over to the women's segment where Hajia Zainab Usman Mohammed will be taking us.
Cika abinci a ci shine zaka ga ai ta fama da kwalara ai ta koke-koken a'a ba lafiya. In kayan miya ne ki wanke su da kyau kafin a kai markaɗe, in kuma ki zaki markaɗa shi ma ki tabbatar kin tsaftace su. In ganye ne shi ma ki wanke shi, ki sa ruwan gishiri ki wanke shi sosai kafin ki amfani da shi. Ba wai kawai a'a da an zo wanki ɗaya fu an gama ba an tafi an bar gurin, a'a yana da kyau sosai mu kula mu tsaftace shi. Sai kuma bangaren banɗaki yanzu rayuwa ta sauƙaƙa sosai ka ce wai a'a dan bani da kayan siyan abin banɗaki ba zan wanke banɗaki ba na wanke banɗaki. Akwai omo ƙanana, akwai su haifo naira 100 ne da dai sauransu. To yana da kyau ababen dai gyaran tsafta dai da wanke-wanke, to yana da kyau sosai a kula wajen wannan bangaren a ga cewa a'a an wanke toilets da kyau. In kin gama ki zuba gishiri, yana taimaka sosai wajen kashe ƙwayan cuta. A duk lokacin da zaki wanke in kika saka abubuwan wankewa sai ki kawo gishiri ki saka, shi ma zai taimaka sosai wajen goge-goge ne, mopping haka da sauransu, a share gida, a dinga cire siyana da sauransu. Sannan ke kanki tsaftar jikinki. Amma in kin tashi kin zo kin ce wai a'a ke fa iya jikinki zaki tsaftace, babu ruwanki da tsaftar muhalli da waye, kin ga ai a mace dama an san ta yar kwalliya ce, ba hana ki yin kwalliya ba, amma ya zamto kwalliyar fa tun daga cikin gidanki ne har waje, tun inda aka ganki an san cewa kwalliyar nan fa haka kike, tsaftar nan haka take. akwai macen da zaki ga bata damu da kwalliyar shafe-shafe da fenta fuska da waye da sauransu ba, amma in kika shiga gidanta zaki ga ai gidan nan ya burge ki saboda tsafta da take yi, tana kula da muhallinta matuƙa sosai, tana tsaftace shi. Sannan su kansu yara a musu wanka, a tsaftace su, ba wai kiga an saki yara da gaje wannan kiga abu ya majina ta kwarai yana mura ma ba a kula da shi ba, ballantana a gyara mishi hanci da sauransu. Za a bar su haka su yini suna wasan ruwa, su je can su tako can, yaro ya dinga yawo ba takalmi ba waye, duk wannan yana cikin kazanta. Amma idan kina kula, kuma ita tsafta yadda kika tashi kina yi haka yaran ki za su tashi yi, walau maza ko mata. In suka tashi kika tarar uwarsu mai kan da kanta ne da kuma cikin gidanta, to su ma haka za su tashi tarar kina yi. Amma da zarar an ce wai a'a su ke ba ruwanki, kawai ke jikinki kika sani, in kin tashi ki wanka ki fice, in aiki zaki unguwa zaki ne ki wanka ki fice gidanki ko uba, kin ga rayuwa ba za ta tafi a haka ba. Dole tsafta ita ce tsafta ta kowane bangare tana da muhimmanci, wajen abinci ne, lafiya, daidai da ruwan sha. Ruwan da muke sha kamata mu tabbatar da cewa tsaftataccen ruwa ne muke sha, ko kuma abin da muke zuba ruwan a cikinsa ya tsaftar wannan abin take. Tsafta tana da matukar muhimmanci sosai da sosai, ya kamata mu kula mu gyara, mu ci gaba da tsafta mu gyara domin duka mu samu ingantacciyar rayuwa. To kada dai a shafa, ni ce dai taku har kullum Zainab Usman Muhammad. Ku ci gaba da kasancewa da mu a cikin shirinmu na Shagalinku.
Get ready for Shagalinku, the show that keeps you informed, entertained, and connected. Every Saturday on ARTV from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Bring you stories that matters and moments that moves you. We kick off with Spotlight, powerful interviews with celebrities and change makers. Next is Entertainment Gist, hot juicy updates from celebrities within and outside Nigeria. Then comes the youth segment, young voices, real talk, and solutions for a better society. In Bangara Mata, we share practical weekly tips for women, from hygiene to childcare, and we wrap it up with Miliki, weddings, birthdays, new businesses, and all the celebrations that matter. Businesses and individuals can advertise and showcase their special moments on the show. Call or message us on 080-6707-2378 or 070-7785-8285. You can also send us an email at shagalinku1@gmail.com. Shagalinku, sharing knowledge. Every Saturday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. ARTV.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks to everyone who's always kept in touch with their feedbacks and everything. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Shagalinku. You need to enjoy it because I had my very wonderful co-presenter, Queen Ziba. What's that?
You know, go enjoy and care.
What's that? What's that?
Oh,
anyway, who would you like to send your greetings? Me, I want to close the show now and be
my
going home.
greetings to Shadrach Emmanuel. That's all.
Remember, I will be with you tomorrow, God willing, for ARTV Sunday Splash, and then next week, Saturday, for a fresh episode of the program. Thank you all. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and saying have a beautiful, beautiful Saturday and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.